Indianapolis, the racing capital of the world, plays host to 4 teams hoping to cross the finish line first. In the biggest and boldest season of Big Ten basketball yet, 18 teams have been whittled down to the Final Four. And these proud programs are playing for something greater, conference supremacy. Regular season champions, Michigan State.
What a slam! The top-seeded team advances to the semifinal.
The Wisconsin Badgers.
Nothing but net for Tanjay. The Badgers will advance to the semifinal round of the Big Ten tournament.
The Maryland Terrapins.
Rodney Weishaupt on a shooting clinic. What a tremendous performance from Maryland, dominating.
And the Michigan Wolverines.
Straight on 3 ball. Bullseye! And Michigan punches its ticket.
A place in the Big Ten championship game is on the line on CBS. To the Final Four, we welcome you to Indy. They love their hoops in this part of the country. It's the Big Ten tournament semifinals. The number 5 seed Wisconsin matched up with the top seed Michigan State. This is the first of 2 games today here on CBS from Indianapolis. Coming up later, Maryland playing at a high level against the Wolverines of Michigan. And we join you courtside here in Indianapolis. Ian Eagle, Brad Hill, Bill Raftery, Tracy Wolfson. So great to be with you. This is such a special time of year, and it's a big day in the Big Ten.
Yeah, Big Ten semis, always great teams, great coaches, and a decent broadcast group.
I know you don't know much about being on top of your game at this time of year, but these kids certainly do, Ian.
All right, let's get into it. Michigan State, they were the best team during the regular season in the Big Ten, and they're playing their best basketball at the right time of year, Grant.
They really are. They have not lost a game in over a month, 8-game win streak. They don't overwhelm you with talent, but they're blue-collar desperate. They embody Tom Izzo, and they're playing their best basketball at the right time of year. March Madness, Izzo time.
And if you love threes, sit tight. You're going to see a lot of them, because Michigan State's going to try and prevent them. But this team moves the ball side to side. They use ball screens. Tanjay, one of those kids with unlimited range, uses screens well, can put it on the deck and shoot threes as well. The bigs can step out, knock them down. What a lineup of three-point shooters.
Fun matchup. Spartans won the first meeting between these 2 teams. Let's get into our AT&T fast analysis here. We're going to start with what Wisconsin has in terms of star power and John Tanjay.
They have a great start. John Tanjay can flat out score. He gets hot. His teammates find him deep range, but can also put it on the floor, a 3-level score. He takes and makes tough shots, and they're going to need plenty of them here against this defense of the Spartans.
And when you think of Michigan State, right now you think of Jace Richardson. In February, got to start, has not looked back. He can make threes. He's great coming to his dominant hand. He's one of those kids, a little bit like Grant, that can make some big-time, tough deliveries.
Coming up, we'll check in with Tracy, and we'll have starting lineups and opening tip. The Badgers and the Spartans. A spot in a championship game of the Big Ten on the line. CBS Sports coverage of the Big Ten tournament is sponsored by Ford. Jersey Mike Subs, be a sub above. And by Belfour Property Restoration. Welcome to CBS Sports presentation of NCAA Conference Championship Weekend. It's presented by Allstate. We are inside Gamebridge Fieldhouse, and before we get things started, let's bring in the 4th member of our crew. Happy March to Tracy Wolfson.
Well, thanks a lot, Ian. Wisconsin is playing their fastest pace of basketball in 25 years, and while they would like to run, they feel as though fatigue could be a factor today. But I asked Greg Gard about that. 3 games in 3 days, and he said they have built themselves all season long for this. They've handled their practices over the last 45 days. He said they've been able to rest some guys down the stretch in that UCLA game, and they have a veteran presence. Greg Gard actually told me they're not concerned about tired legs at all in this one.
And Tracy, their average is just over 80 points per game. That's a Wisconsin team. They haven't done that since 1970-71. Let's check out the starting lineups for the Badgers. Blackwell, Klesmit returning from injury. Such a huge key for them. Tanjay, one of the best transfers in college basketball. Crowell and Winter. Michigan State, Fears, Richardson, Akins, Kohler, and Zapawa. That starting five, and the depth that Tom Izzo has. He can go to an entirely different five on the floor and still be highly effective.
And that has served them well this season. They like to play and come at you in waves, the Spartans.
Crowell will jump it up with Zapawa. And Michigan State, riding an 8-game winning streak, controls the tip.
I think Grant Henry. Right now, Wisconsin goes a little.
Our officiating crew: Keith Kimball, Brian Dorsey, Randy Richardson, and it is going the other way.
Klesmit picked it up. Richardson.
Like Richardson trying to do a dribble handoff.
Kids are blowing that up now. Coaches are teaching them.
Just run right through it.
Right in through it. And by the way, a little drop defense by Crowell. That's Michigan State very good at that mid-range.
Wisconsin got a dominant win over UCLA, 86-70 in the quarterfinals. They shot 52% from the field. They tried the entry. Crowell couldn't catch it. Zapawa gets it ahead for Fears.
Yeah, this is what you've got to do. Get back, identify. 25 seconds to run their offense.
Kohler, kick. Richardson has been fantastic since entering the starting lineup. They just don't lose. They're 9-1. Akins one-on-one with Klesmit. High screen, Zapawa. Feed it to Fears.
Nice pass.
And it bounced off the hands of Zapawa. Kohler, ball fake, that's for two. Missed it short. Rebound back out for Michigan State. They get a reload. Richardson, bottom, rainbow three.
And that's when you were in trouble. That offensive rebound kick out. Great extra pass right in the pocket.
Richardson shooting it at 39% from long range. He's been their best three-point shooter. The answer doesn't come from Crowell.
He can make them, though, as we know. Saw it yesterday.
Richardson picked up by Blackwell. Huge sophomore season for him from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Akins, one of the leaders, senior.
Keeping the guards out of the lane is important for Wisconsin because of the driving kick.
Well, that's their game. You got to beat them from over the top. Michigan State, not a great three-point shooting team.
And this is where they're great, coming to their dominant hand.
Akins with a shot clock winding down. It does hit the rim, and it's rebounded by Tanjay. What a breakthrough season it's been for the sixth-year grad transfer. Tanjay, the lane opens up. He sprawled down because he got hit on his way to the hoop. Foul call.
You can't hurt him, Bird. He is a tough kid. Strong. All the lift with the threes. Wide open dribble drive here, Grant.
Well, great hesitation right there. Froze the defense. You see the help coming, but Tanjay, with that size and strength, he initiates the contact there, and he struggled in that matchup March 2nd in East Lansing. Only had 11 points. 1 for 8 from the three-point line, but aggressive early, attacking, getting downhill.
Tanjay, 19.1 points per game, finished 6th in the Big Ten. First team all Big Ten honors. Early substitution with Carter Gilmore replacing Nolan Winter. Just under 2 minutes gone by in this first half. Tanjay had 26 points, 6 of 6 from long range in the victory over the Bruins.
He's got a toughness about him to boot.
14th Big Ten semifinal in Wisconsin history. They trail only one school in that department. Michigan State, 17th. Oh, the zigzag move. That's creative from Fears.
And that's that drop coverage. They can exploit it. Fears very good with the bounce to the tip.
5-2 advantage for the Spartans. Tanjay's got the screen from Gilmore. Keep it on the perimeter.
Taking away the 3 attempts is essential against Wisconsin.
Well, Michigan State, one of the best at guarding the three-point line in the Big Ten.
Shake from Tanjay, shot clock at 6. Gilmore, fade away. It goes, rattles down for Carter Gilmore, the senior.
Good defense, better offense there.
Spartans lead by 1. 74-64 win over 8th-seeded Oregon in the quarterfinals.
The kids are so good getting people on their hip.
Kohler trying to feed the post, and a foul against Crowell.
He never got his feet properly aligned on that ball reversal.
I love this right here, Raf. Zapawa, as he rolls, sets a screen there on the help. Crowell couldn't come over to contest. And then opposite, on the other end, Gilmore, beautiful right there. Nolan's more of a catch and shoot guy off the bounce with the pull-up jump shot.
Nolan Winter is back in. He replaces Crowell. Carson Cooper in for Michigan State. Hanging and hitting is Jace Richardson. The athleticism on display.
A nice run down here. Gilmore gets a nice touch on the box.
Early offense. The baby hook comes up short.
Transition defense, a must for the Badgers. No one crashing the glass the last few possessions.
Into the hands of feared redshirt freshman, pure point guard for Michigan State.
Akins is a guy who's got to light it up a little bit. 2 or 3 threes to complement the dribble drive. I love how they come to their left hand.
Oh, this is insane how comfortable he is just doing his thing. Jace Richardson.
And you know he can turn and exploit at the rim as well.
10-4.
Tough shot, under duress.
And Tanjay misses on his first three-point attempt. Didn't miss in the quarterfinals. Early, Akins, bottom. Michigan State on a barrage.
And no challenge on the pass.
Just like that, it's 13-4 Spartans. 8-0 run.
This is what Izzo wished for, Grant. Tell them both of us. This kid's going to be really good.
Winter nails it from long range.
Runs the floor, pretty good with the bounce.
Shoots it at 37% from downtown. Sophomore from Lakeville, Minnesota. Digging at the ball, foul is called. You had Klesmit and Tanjay trying to knock it free.
And guys, Michigan State not known for their three-point shooting, but early 3 for 3. Richardson, the pass ahead, Akins. When they're knocking down threes, they are dangerous.
Hot start for Michigan State. They've got a 13-7 lead over Wisconsin. Let's take a look at the All-State season recap. In the Big Ten, Player of the Year, Braden Smith from Purdue. Derek Queen, we'll see him later. Freshman of the Year, Maryland. Will Riley, Illinois, Sixth Man of the Year. Ace Baldwin Jr., terrific defender, Penn State. And Tom Izzo, the Coach of the Year. He's got a terrific team, and he's got a budding star in Jace Richardson.
A budding star indeed, has been fantastic. 16 a game since he was inserted into the starting lineup. Like you said early on, they have not lost. Can shoot from downtown, get into the paint, but he's got confidence, he's got moxie, and he's got a lot of game, that man right there.
And good genes.
Good genes, yes. His mom was a great player.
We're not going to give it up, are we?
You know what I never did, Burn and Grant, I should say, coming left, Akins and Richard, you got to take the left away from them. I know they have counters, but that is key. That's what nice little slip by Coop finish.
Couldn't finish it, but a foul.
But I like what you said earlier, how they set up plays for those guys to get to their left hand.
Take advantage.
Check in with Tracy.
Grant, you were talking about Jace Richardson's mother, Jackie. She actually played college basketball at the University of Colorado Springs. And he said he's actually modeled his game after his mother. She also coached him through AAU from the time he was 4 years old. Jason and Jace will both tell you his basketball IQ, his efficiency, the way he attacks the basket, it all comes from mom.
Well, I'll tell you, last week we covered the Michigan State-Michigan game, and my wife actually watched the game because she loves Raph. And she said it was too much Jason Richardson, not enough love for Jackie Richardson. So thank you for that, Tracy.
Make it up for it.
Apparently your wife is now producing the show.
We always talk about deep on Michigan State. Wisconsin goes deep too. Blackwell on the floor, can really get it going.
Kamari McGee is in. Instant offense. Can't hit from the outside. The rebound is grabbed by Cooper.
He's worked on his shot, McGee. 1,000 shots a day. You didn't take that many in your career. Mike wouldn't let you.
Leitner wouldn't pass.
Holloman in. And so is Cohen Carr, the high-flying sophomore.
Mr. Excitement.
Holloman, swing, Fiddler, transfer from Omaha, spin, couldn't finish it, rebounded by Gilmore.
And I like how Michigan State not settling. Fiddler couldn't score right there, but you got to attack that defense and get paint touches.
Jack Janicki in for Wisconsin.
Ball goes side to side, great. Then dribble drive, black ball, great. Going to the rim.
Working around the perimeter, Janicki. Confidence has bloomed throughout the year, and that take to the rim, count it for two.
That kid gets in the game, he bites it, can make some threes, good off the bounce.
Lefty from White Bear Lake, Wisconsin. 15-9, Michigan State.
You said that like you've been there.
Vacation there in the summers.
You have been outside of Queens.
I have a passport. Fiddler directing traffic now with 10 to shoot. Just over 6 minutes elapsed in this first half.
Hold on. He gets near that rim, I get nervous.
Holloman, it is off, and skying for the rebound is Blackwell.
Now, both teams have great balance.
Deep one, Gilmore, bullseye.
How about that?
Set up there by Blackwell. Just a little bit of a probe there, getting some look to the paint, causing that defense to collapse. Now Wisconsin has the momentum, getting stops, getting easy baskets.
And they have cut it to 3. Winter shows defensively. Carr gives up his dribble, shot clock down to 13.
Tom alluded to once in a while we get out of rhythm when I do sub. Tough shot by Holloman.
Holloman off balance delivery, and a foul is called on the floor. The rebound action there with Carson Cooper. New CBS Tuesday. The FBI's are back in action with all new episodes. Tuesday is FBI night on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. First foul on Nolan Winter. Wisconsin's going to make major changes here. And Tom Izzo sends Fiddler back to the bench. Krell back in, Klesmit, Tanjay, and now we see Xavier Amos for the first time.
Nice double screen. Kohler on the floor, good footwork. They need some hoops at the basket.
Akins back in for Michigan State. Carr, he's worked on this part of his game, short. Rebound, leaks out to Klesmit.
Klesmit had that bun. Ooh, God, you got to get on him early.
Klesmit missed it short. Uncontested rebound there for Cooper.
Missed a few games with a bad ankle.
Carr, hop step drive, and he's there for the follow.
How about his quick hops?
The second jump. Wow.
Goodness.
Cohen Carr puts Michigan State up by 5.
Crowd, good footwork. He's got hooks with either hand. A little stunt and cover.
They fake on the double. Half court set here for the Badgers. Keep it moving. 10 to shoot. Open look, Amos off the heel. They are 2 of 8 from downtown. Wisconsin went 19 of 32 against UCLA in the quarterfinals from beyond the three-point line.
And they're getting good looks. Just not able to convert.
But good challenges, though, too, Grant.
Holloman, book it, a 3.
Confident kid. He is part of the rapport of this group. Conceded the starting job, knowing Chase Richardson could do the number on a night-in, night-out basis.
And the Spartans are 4 of 6 from deep. Tanjay squeezes in, but couldn't finish. Foul call. Free throws for John Tanjay when we come back. In Indianapolis, you're watching Conference Championship Weekend, presented by Allstate. Allstate, you're in good hands. Cambridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, 20-12, Michigan State in front. Moments ago, Tracy with Spartans head coach Tom Izzo.
We talked before the game. You said defense is going to be a big emphasis in this one. What do you like that you've seen from them in the first half?
Well, I think we've done a very good job on their guards, but we've let a couple of their bigs go, and that's not good. I mean, with those things we covered, we didn't cover them very good, but we got our running game going. We're moving the ball better. We're playing pretty good D. They fast break now. It's a different Wisconsin team. We got to make sure we're getting back.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Tracy, Michigan State is number 2 in the nation in three-point percentage defense, just a shade under 28%, and that has revealed itself so far in the early going. Wisconsin relies so heavily on the three-point shot. 37% of their points come from three-point field goals. That's the highest in the Big Ten.
And if you think about Michigan State, free throws they make near 80 a game, and they don't turn the ball over. And the biggest thing, they don't. He calls it a fast break. Even if they're imbalanced, they got plenty of time to run their action. Their pin downs, their dribble drives, dribble handoffs.
Tanjay's moving up that list. Number 3 all-time points in a season. I'm not sure anyone expected this. They thought they were getting a nice player. They got a star.
Oh, they got a star, and he's been, like I said, he's been the portal get of the year.
I had Wisconsin earlier. They were bragging about him early in the year. Ooh, passed up an easy one.
Fears. Floater goes.
And I like that. Fears, we know he's not a great shooter, but didn't settle. You know, he attacked, got downhill, get to the paint, stay aggressive, get to your sweet spot.
Mention the depth of Michigan State. 10 players average at least 13 minutes per game for the Spartans. Amos gets inside for the bucket and the foul. That was nifty.
Again, the dexterity at the rim, too. The wide open middle, Grant. A great deployment right here, able to turn the corner. No traffic. Solid. Known for his three-point shooting. A little blow-by.
Transfer from Northern Illinois. Jackson Kohler just picked up his second foul. And Wisconsin #1 in college basketball and free throw shooting this season.
Well, this kid known to be able to explode to the 10. Showed it that trip.
Off the missed free throw. Kohler now on the bench for the Spartans. And Zapawa is back in.
Offensive rebounder, Zapala screener. Double stagger.
Holloman attack mode. He had the touch. It doesn't go, but a foul. Tonight, 8:30 Eastern, head over to CBS Sports Network. Conference USA title game. Jacksonville State and Liberty go head-to-head. The winner moves on to the big dance. It is Amos picking up the foul, and now free throws for Trey Holloman. 86% on the season. One of the captains of this team, as Carter Gilmore will check back in, and now we'll see our first look at Xavier Booker here this afternoon, replacing fellow sophomore Cohen Carr.
And you watch this Michigan State, Grant. We talked about the lefties going left. Holloman is very good going either way. Good use of the bounce, the crossover.
Here comes Jace Richardson, and Holloman gets a hug from his head coach, sits down.
Did you ever get a hug from Mike?
When I left, when I graduated.
When you made your first contribution.
Have you gotten one since?
Not sure about that. I love that right there. Blackwell, he can get downhill. He's had a fantastic season. Not settling at all against that defense.
This is his game here, the delay three.
Booker missed it. Rebound. Zapawa hits the deck trying to save it. It'll be Wisconsin basketball.
And Blackwell right here, kind of just a drive off the catch there and initiated some contact. Because Michigan State is so good at guarding the three-point line and the reputation of Wisconsin, those opportunities, they're going to have to take advantage. Blackwell, we saw Amos had a nice drive. Tanjay's had a couple as well. Don't settle every possession for those threes.
Tanjay giving up. Contact. It's going to be a foul on Tanjay.
Second time we've seen that, Ryan.
Fears takes the hit.
Yeah, Jace Richardson was called for that same foul early in the game.
And why not? Offer up that body? No fears at all.
So Jeremy Fears Jr. running the show here for Michigan State. Excellent decision maker. He's been a catalyst for them.
Makes plays. Solid. Knows his game.
Just past the midway point of this first half. It's 24-18 Michigan State. Fears crosses over. Works his way in. Missed it. Zapawa knock away, and Wisconsin's got it. Up the floor for Blackwell. Makes his move on a spin, and it's blocked by Richardson. Foul call.
Wow, great defense there. Jace Richardson, a late contest on the spin by Blackwell.
And the stunt helps too from the top.
Yes.
Really heady play. They're so coordinated on that defensive end.
Well, they don't leave anyone on the island.
Right.
You know, the help defense is so good. And late contests, blocked with no foul there. And of course, Blackwell now picks up another foul.
And guys, that's the 17th foul against Wisconsin. So free throws from here on out for Michigan State. It'll be Richardson who shoots it at an 83% clip. Cohen Carr back in for the Spartans.
Now you watch certain kids, there's an air about their game. A grace, The confidence, and he exhibits that.
Well, he's good, and he knows he's good.
But it's hard to break him. He maintains a steely look in his eyes, very even and level.
Well, it's impressive, too. He's had some games where he's in foul trouble or he hasn't played well in the first half, but been able to get it going in the second half. Did that, of course, yesterday against Oregon. Hit some big shots there in that second half to help secure the...
Nice cut.
Backdoor, and the finish for McGee, set up by Winter.
7 foot tall, great vision.
Fast break points, that's part of the bread and butter for Michigan State. Long strides.
Out of bounds, I think, yeah.
Turnover, Xavier Booker was just trying to control it as he was falling to the baseline.
This got a little too deep. McGee, the ability to get free, as we'll see here. But look at the big steps out and the wide open middle, Grant. I mean, they've done this beautifully. Step and go. McGee, St. Catherine's.
Tanjay nails it for three. 3-point game. We're going to hit the 9-minute mark of this first half. 7 points for Tanjay, the high man for Wisconsin.
A little flex here.
Fears comes to the ball.
Right now, a limited offensive lineup for Michigan State. It's got to be Richardson.
Fears peeks at the clock. 5 to shoot. Kick for Carr inside the arc. Bounces off the rim, rebounded by McGee.
Not a lot of scores out there right now for Michigan State.
Well, Wisconsin going to lay off of Carr.
Yeah.
Make him shoot from the perimeter.
His hands.
Deflected there initially by Fears. Plenty of time on the shot clock for the Badgers. Winter lines it up. He thought he got it.
He turned away, thought he made it.
He was pulling a Steph Curry. Fears crosses, lost his footing, loops it too high. Even for Booker, but a foul.
Chance to get to the free throw line. He can take that shot too, Fears. He's got that floater in his game.
Look at Winters, takes that shot. He runs away like it's in.
And he's like, whoa, wait, what? What happened?
I like the confidence, yeah.
Tom recognizing getting some scores back on the floor. Winter gets a blow, Crowell on the floor.
Second foul on Winter. It's going to send Booker to the free throw line. 81% shooter. They have not missed as a group. 6 of 6, and the announcer jinx.
They have not run a pick and pop for Crowell, nor a post up for him.
26-23 Spartans.
There's the pick and pop.
Janicki gives up his dribble.
And look at him in a low post. Nobody recognized
Good switch
back. Yeah.
Tanjay. Off the head fake. Janicki. He'll line it up. No, way off. Rebounded by Holloman. Under 8 minutes to go in this first half. Michigan State will be heading to the NCAA tournament once again, probably as a 2 seed, but who knows how things shake out if they can win the Big Ten tournament championship.
All perimeter right now, no post up, get tough shot.
The fade, bingo for Holloman.
What confidence this kid exhibits.
7 points off the bench for Trey Holloman, and a gritty approach. Tanjay, the dribble drive, the fade, he's got it.
And Raph, I like the attack mode, getting downhill off the bounce. Tanjay's done that a few times here tonight.
And Crowell locked his guy up to help.
The all-around skills from John Tanjay just brings fire every time he's on the floor. Holloman trying to gather it, and does. Holloman, the jumper doesn't go, too strong.
It could have got a better shot there.
Yeah, absolutely. Rushed it. Challenge. Look at this cross and balance.
The jab, jumper, no good.
Going to the well a little bit.
Richardson, give it up. Holloman, kick. Booker, he thought about shooting it before he actually caught it. 3-point game with 6:35 remaining in this first half. That says it all. Game summary, Michigan State making threes and affecting Wisconsin at the 3-point line. The Badgers are 3 of 12 from deep. 28-25, Spartans in front. Moments ago, Tracy Wolfson with Badgers head man Greg Gard.
Coach, made a run right there. You're about to get into the huddle. What will be the sticking point with your team?
Well, we've done a better job of playing through their physicality on our offensive end. We've been able to get downhill, get at the rim. Got to make a couple better decisions there. And then defensively here, getting back in transition. We got burnt a couple times in transition, and then obviously the offensive glass.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
You know, Bird, you're inflexible. You know, no mushrooms, no vegetables, no coffee. I mean, you have like no life.
I can't wait to see how this connects.
There's a coach that's flexible. His philosophy espoused by Bo Ryan successfully and makes this adjustment, and grant a lot of NBA influence as well.
So are you going to try mushrooms tonight?
No.
I'm inflexible. I just wanted to see Raph try to make that transition.
I have gotten them into umbrella drinks, though.
That's true. Your influence has been profound. 28-25, Michigan State. Out of the timeout, Blackwell for the tie. Doesn't go. Rebound grabbed by Richardson. Michigan State, among the best teams in the country in transition. Wisconsin has done a good job floor balance defensively in this first half to limit those opportunities. Just 3 fast break points for the Spartans.
They stay at home. They do a good job. Cooper not that much of a threat on the box, so they're really tagging their guys on the perimeter.
Richardson puts it on the deck. Pull up off the rim. Rebounded by Amos. Klesmit back in for Wisconsin. Badgers are down by 3 to Michigan State. McGee, the transfer from Green Bay. Loop it, catch, Amos, tough angle. He steps on the baseline.
Not a bad idea, but ran out of territory.
That is the 3rd turnover for Wisconsin.
A little toe job.
This is the 12th meeting in the Big Ten tournament for these two schools. Michigan State 7-4 against Wisconsin. 27th Big Ten tournament, first played back in 1998. Fiddler works in. Nicely done by Frankie Fiddler.
Speaking of adjustments, I like Izzo going small now. Fiddler at the 4, able to take advantage of Amos getting to the rim.
Look at this kid get to the rim.
The curl, Blackwell is fouled.
Brother Rice. Wow. Good job getting to the rim.
When a high school girls soccer team's plane crashes in the woods, they're forced to do whatever it takes to stay alive. Yellow Jackets stars Melanie Linsky with Christina Ricci. Stream the new season right now on Paramount Plus with Showtime Plan. Blackwell very composed. He has emerged as a physical presence in his sophomore year. He's a big part of the team last year, but has taken a big jump.
Oh, big time jump. Improved as a playmaker. Obviously, three-point shooting better this year. Has a nice mid-range game.
His handle's gotten better.
Can really draw fouls.
I think he's added some muscle as well in year number 2. Just missed on a second free throw. 4-point lead for Michigan State. We approach 5 minutes to play. First half, Big Ten tournament semifinals.
Wisconsin's done a great job self-containing here.
Richardson holds. Touch for Cooper out front. Fake the handoff, and
he's in bounds.
That ball's still in play.
Fair play.
Blackwell's going to take it in. And it's blocked. Chased down, blocked by Akins. What a sequence for the Spartans.
Incredible effort.
The ball hit the official, never went out of bounds. Everybody stopped except for Akins. Put it on the highlight reel.
Goodness.
It was Randy Richardson who was inbounds. Holloman, no good. Cooper, the offensive board.
Nice
Akins,
pop.
you saw the defense? Couldn't get it to go on the offense.
That was some sequence.
30-26, Michigan State. Gilmore was thinking about the high-low. Now it's Klesmit working against Richardson. Klesmit forces his way in and finishes with the offhand. Wow. First 2 of the day for Max Klesmit.
They have found the way using the bounce.
Ball gets knocked away. Last touch by Wisconsin.
Randy Richardson is now known as Pele. How about this, Bert?
It bounces off of Randy Richardson and stays in play. Blackwell's aware of it, but so is Akins.
Reminds me of Tayshaun Prince on Reggie Miller in this building many years ago. What a block by Akins.
Reggie's not happy with you.
He's never happy.
2-point game here in Indianapolis. Now it's time for Do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot.
And John Tonje early on right here just kind of settles for a contested three right here. Air ball, makes the smarter adjustment next time, gets downhill into the paint. Nice footwork and delivery. Tonje adjusting on the fly.
All right, let's go back to the non-call, because as we took a look at it, Blackwell on this attempt, Akins there to smack it against the backboard. Gene Steratore, rules analyst, watching along with us. What do you see here, Gene?
A really tight play, Ian, but you can see the ball does hit after Blackman let go of the ball. Akins does hit it. It's a goaltend. In the NCAA, if they call goaltending on the play, it is reviewable without a whistle. They can't go back and revisit it now, though, fellas.
All right, thanks, Gene. It was a major highlight, and it is going to go on the box score as a block for Akins. Out of the timeout, high archer dances around and off for Fiddler. Handled by Tonje.
You know, Wisconsin does great, Grant. The little blur screens for Tonje. Just to give him that angle to get that shoulder down, hip level.
Work it around. McGee, shot clock down to 10. Tonje, swing it inside. Gilmore, the back end, shot clock winding down. Crowell, open look. Off the rim. Fiddler couldn't grab it initially. He does on the second effort.
We know he can make those. 24 for the year.
Fiddler.
Tough shot again, and unable to finish.
And contact along the baseline against Wisconsin. It's going to be Klesmit.
Yeah. Klesmit trying to block out there.
It's number 2 on Max Klesmit. So free throws now for Carson Cooper.
That puts a little more pressure on McGee. Here on this follow through is where the foul occurs underneath with Klesmit.
So Janicki will check back in for Wisconsin. Richardson returns for Michigan State.
Janicki's one of those kids that can light it up. He's had games where he bangs down a couple of threes, plays with a lot of confidence.
First meeting was March the 2nd, a 71-62 win for Michigan State. Akins had 19 points in that one. Spartans have 13 quad 1 wins this season. Their resume is sterling. All 5 of their losses this season have come by single digits. Lost to Kansas, Memphis, USC, UCLA, and Indiana.
And a nickel dimer here on Carr.
And Carr is shrugging his shoulders. You can't believe it.
A small change early here.
So that's the first on Cohen Carr, 2:57 mark of this first half. That is 16 fouls against the Spartans. Blackwell will go long for Crowell.
Great switch on the out of bounds. Fears active, took Tonje.
Janicki. Crowell just missed a 3. Back into the hands of Tonje. They show Zapawa. Tonje, string music.
And that's what Tom told us. They're going to go under. I don't know if you can get away with that guy.
32-31, Michigan State. He's got 12 points, Tonje, to lead all scores.
His range is incredible, Grant.
And off the bounce.
Yeah, he's maybe better off the bounce.
Zapawa gives it up for Akins. We come up on 2 minutes to go in this first half. Zapawa is asking for it against Tonje. Fears trying to do it himself. And that's a travel.
And good defense by Crowell right there. Bad offensive possession. You talk about Tonje. They went under the screen there. Good show, but Tonje has that kind of range, and he can really light it up. He scored 20-plus points in a half 4 times this season. So all he needs to do is see the ball go through the basket. You might want to make an adjustment if you're Michigan State on this screen and roll.
Tonje, 3 bodies in the area. Doesn't go for Gilmore, tracked down by Crowell. Under 2 minutes to play now.
Look at this kid get to the rim.
Discard, it's a blocking foul. Blackwell's going to the free throw line. And the reaction from Fears.
Tom is beside himself on the sideline. I think he was in the restraining area. And he may have seen the arm extended at a little better angle than we did.
Blackwell dropped the shoulder. But Fears was moving his feet right there. Oh, the little extension right there with that arm. Yeah, it's a
right
tough one. I just didn't think Fears had his feet set.
What they call time.
Did their feet get tangled up? Looked like Fears might have actually tripped him before the actual extension of the arm.
Right.
All right, Gene Steratore. He's going to be a very busy man who will march upon us. Gene, you saw the whole sequence.
Yeah, fellas, to me, when you're taking a look at this, I thought Blackwell made contact with Fears before Fears was near the restricted arc. I didn't think he was above the restricted arc.
It's under review.
They're going to take a review as it relates to that restricted arc, which is a good move. To me, the contact from Blackwell, as we watch our replay on Fears, when he's leaning this shoulder in now, offense initiated. Fears is backpedaling, retreating. He's not in the RA. I've got an offensive foul. I wouldn't be surprised if they take that away from a block in the restricted arc to an offensive player control foul.
How about the left arm, though, holding on, Gene, of Fears? Maybe that's what he saw initially? You don't buy that, I guess.
Well, you know, you're speaking like a true coach if you're on the white side, Raph, on this one. But I don't know that Fears is kind of putting any real grab to him there. Restriction, there's a hand on the back. I don't know if it had much to do with what Blackwell was doing, but there is a hand there.
You could change my mind. I don't think you could change Izzo's.
I wouldn't attempt to, I don't think either, Ralph. I'd just go with what I had.
Keith Kimball and Randy Richardson are at the monitor.
Remember, too, the restricted arc.
And now they're reviewing every angle that you're now seeing as well. And that's what caught Tom Izzo's attention, that right arm extension. That was the reaction from Izzo. The question, as you mentioned, Raph, did they see the contact initially as he was losing his balance, trying to grab on with the left?
Let me ask this of you, Gene. A lot of people sort of annoyed at the length of time it takes. We've heard murmurs in the building yesterday. Do you think eventually there'll be a time limit? I know you want to get it right, but do you think something like that will occur? I mean, two guys look, they get a third in there. You need 12 for the jury.
You know, Raph, I think there are certain plays with what we do in replay that we can expedite them. Some of the out of bounds, when you get into a lot of these with the judgment of what's taking place, I would want to have all three guys looking. There's going to be plays that take a long time, and then there's other plays I think we can do more efficiently, though.
So you don't espouse a time limit, just get it right.
See?
Yeah, I think at some point you got to get it right. You're waiting for replays, too. You want to empty the bucket. Last thing you want to do is make a decision and then have a third or fourth replay come up that may have changed your mind. So you've got to be deliberate over there.
You heard the murmurs right there, right?
This is taking way too much. Gene, you figured it out in 10, 15 seconds.
I get these same murmurs when I walk in my house.
Yeah. And when you come into our production meeting. It's no different.
See the fans now?
Kimball, Dorsey, Richardson, ready to go.
After further review, we have a live ball blocking foul, which is going to consist of a 1-and-1, and then we have a dead ball contact technical foul on 25 red.
No, didn't see that one coming.
Whoa. Dead ball contact foul?
Well, the foul first.
He tossed the ball afterwards, and that is what the officials were looking at. That's what Brian Dorsey is now explaining to Greg Gard.
Dead ball contact.
Wow. So the foul that was called on the floor remains. It is a blocking foul on Jeremy Fears Jr., but Blackwell then put the ball at Fears as he was laying on the ground. That caught the attention of the officials on the replay.
Well, I can understand they want to make sure this doesn't take place further. But to me, I don't know. It wasn't a baseball toss.
You know, after reviewing it 100 times, I think they got both calls wrong.
Gene, your thoughts?
You know, I think Grant might. I've got a little bit of that I'm agreeing with Grant on. I don't think Blackwell's throwing that basketball. I think he's dropping the basketball, quite honestly. That, to me, doesn't look like something unsporting there. Now, could he have let it fall somewhere else? They know each other as well, fellas. They played a few times, and maybe he's dropping that ball to Fears to set something going later. You know, there's still guys playing, and intensity and those types of things are taking place. But I really like the offensive foul, and I really didn't like the tech, to be honest with you. Those are opinions.
And Fears took exception to it. Initially, when I saw Fears react, my thought was he was reacting to the call on the floor. He was actually reacting to the fact that Blackwell laid the ball on top of him. So it's men's and men's. One free throw here, one free throw there. We're at 33-32 Michigan State. Carr goes back outside for Akins. We're down to 1:35 to play in this first half.
Everybody loves this play. Screen, dribble, handoff.
Richardson trying to feed the post. He gets knocked around. Turnover. Zapawa couldn't catch it.
Didn't get the vision in the hands.
And now Wisconsin with a chance to take the lead.
Shooters on the perimeter all over.
Crowell.
There you go.
It's a three.
Ball movement, unselfish play, execution, and talent.
And the first lead of the day for the Badgers, 35-33. It's been over 4 minutes now for Michigan State without a field goal.
They do have these lows, no question about it.
Dry spell here for the Spartans with 48 seconds to go, first half. Holloman comes up short. Long rebound to McGee.
See if they go 2 for 1.
Krell on a handoff for Tanjay.
He's got his guy now. Look how he gets low there, Grant.
Tanjay works in. Whirling dervish. He's fouled.
Makes the contact, makes a play.
Yeah. Coming up, AT&T at the half. Adam, Jay, Wally, Seth will have first half analysis, preview our second semifinal game. Michigan and Maryland will get you caught up on the scores and highlights, all coming up on AT&T at the half. Zapawa with the personal foul.
I actually thought Zapawa did a good job sliding his feet. Tanjay, this great patience there, initiating that contact, and he will stay true to form, getting downhill, getting to the line.
Tanjay, 92% free throw shooter. He's got 13 points. He is 5 of 5 at the line.
And we remember Michigan State, they came out, they were 3 for 3 from the three-point line. They hit some shots early, got some momentum, and since then they've been 1 for 7. They're not knocking down threes. They can't get to that paint against this defense of Wisconsin.
Quick timeout. You mentioned Tanjay. Arizona remembers him when it started on the year. Chris, UCLA 26.
Timeout, late stages, first half, 4-point lead, Wisconsin. A look at our Big Ten tournament bracket presented by Nissan. Michigan State, Wisconsin, first of 2 semifinals. Maryland and Michigan. The Terps are playing at a high level. Michigan with a big win last night. Dusty May, he has been doing this throughout the tournament, coming out and scouting potential foes upcoming.
You could learn a lot from Dusty. Bright, energetic, happy, always giving.
I'll jot those down, Don Rickles. Thank you.
And by the way, no Kohler had a double-double against Wisconsin. Now he is not on the floor.
But look, a little zone action.
Yeah.
1-3-1 zone out of the timeout by Greg Gard.
There's a 1 second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Holloman attacks the zone.
Got the shot.
Shoot it.
Didn't take it. Loops it. Richardson, the drive through a crowd. He can't finish it. 2 seconds. 1 second. McGee. That felt late. Doesn't matter. Wisconsin outscores Michigan State in the first half, 37-33. Just 7 points in the last 9 minutes and 40 seconds of the first half for the #1 seed of the Big Ten tournament, Michigan State. Send it over to Tracy Wolfson with John Tanjay.
Thanks a lot, Ian. Now, Michigan State led by 9 early on. You guys came back to take a 4-point lead. What was the difference in the stretch?
I think just coming out here to compete. We know they're going to be well coached. They're going to be fired up for this game, and it's win or go home. So we're having that mentality, trying to have fun with it, but really just compete.
For you, 14 points. You had 26 yesterday. What's working so well?
Just doing everything I can for my team to win, making adjustments, being aggressive, and just having fun out here.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
John Tonje leading a 9-1 Wisconsin run to end the first half. Michigan State's in a hole against the Badgers. We'll send you to Adam Zucker and company in our studio. Coming up, AT&T at the half. Big Ten Tournament Semifinals. More to come after these messages. CBS Sports coverage of the Big Ten Tournament is sponsored by GMC. We are professional grade. Progressive. Bundle home and auto and save. And by Arby's. We have the meats. Wednesday, the Big Ten teamed up with the Indiana Public School Foundation to surprise students and faculty. Ernie Pyle School 90 here in Indy, newly renovated library. Each student got a brand new backpack and some other goodies. Let's check out our Geico first half stats. Michigan State held to 34% from the field. Wisconsin shot 5 of 17 from three-point territory. But the Badgers, there was a shift in that first half, and they've got the lead going into the second half. Ian Eagle, Grant Hill, Bill Raftery. Wisconsin, we saw this last year. The Badgers went on a run, went to the Big Ten Tournament Championship game.
Yeah, and they kind of have mucked things up. They're not really shooting a lot from the three-point line. They're getting to the paint, but defensively, they've been so stellar, slowing down this Michigan State attack.
Yeah, Michigan State's going to have a problem if they don't contain that bounce, but how do you contain Tonje?
Hey,
you're a great defensive player.
Well, this guy right here, what I like is he's taking what the defense has given him. He's not forced things. He's scored within the offense. He's getting downhill, high efficiency shots, 6 for 6 from the free throw line, mixing it up. He has to stay aggressive and controlled here in this second half with Tonje playing big like he has all season.
And moments ago, Tracy Wolfson with Michigan State guard Chase Richardson.
You and your team started out hot. What do you need to do to get back into that rhythm?
I think defensively we got to get back in the game. Wisconsin's hitting a lot of tough shots. They're hitting a lot of threes from their bigs. So I think we just got to get back to our defensive principles.
What was the specific message in the locker room?
We got to come out and fight for 20 minutes. Coach thought they were outplaying us for the first 20, so we got to come out and fight.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Tracy, Tom Izzo, he has guided this team to a 27-5 record. They went 17-3 in the Big Ten this season, currently 7th in the country in the top 25. 8 straight wins for the Spartans. Wisconsin trying to put an end to that. They lead at 37-33. Klesmit right out of the gate, doesn't get the roll, but he does draw the foul.
It continues.
Yeah, we saw it in the first half. Klesmit not settling, known more as a jump shooter, but 2 strong drives. First possession in the second half, downhill, attacking Richardson, getting to the free throw line. And it's interesting, Wisconsin, they've turned their style of play around. We talk about the three-point shooting, but Klesmit's three-point shooting this season has actually been down. But I like that he's staying aggressive here to start the second half.
He's got more responsibility, though. He, in a sense, is the point guard. Wants to be a broadcaster, by the way.
Oh. That's why you've talked to him before every game to say, hey, wait a little while.
He wanted to know what you charge for lessons.
On the house.
He's exorbitant.
Wisconsin finished the regular season 2-3. They lost to Penn State in the regular season finale, but Wisconsin beat Northwestern in the second round of the Big Ten tournament, 70-63, backed it up with a fantastic win over UCLA yesterday.
Trying to establish inside. They do the dribble.
The banker for the freshman.
They were trying to get Kohler involved with a high-low. Pretty good D by Wisconsin. Nice counter.
Last field goal for Michigan State before that fear shot was 5:27 to go in the first half. 39-35. Badgers. Klesmit lines it up. Rebounded by Crowell. Reload for Wisconsin. Contact. And a foul called. Down goes Richardson on the play.
Tom can't believe it on the other end. Pretty good jump, though, I thought.
I thought Richardson anticipated
He was still moving, though.
Still moving his feet.
The right call.
And that's number 3 on Richardson. So Holloman is going to replace Richardson at the 19:05 mark of the second half.
Everything's predicated on defense and rebounding and fast breaking for Michigan State. They're going to get some offense going.
Richardson, 2 fouls in 55 seconds. Winter nearly lost it.
Nice repost.
Klesmit using his body. Spin, fake, fade, doesn't go.
And good defense there without fouling. Getting out transition is a must in this second half for the Spartans.
Aikens ready position. Pull up, short. Rebound grab by Crowd.
They have been short on a lot of those float shots.
Opportunities, as you said, in the paint. Just can't convert.
Too high. Tanjay was looking for Crowd. Turnover number 5 for Wisconsin. They averaged 9.9 per game. Second fewest in the Big Ten. Only Iowa committed less turnovers per game.
He doesn't make mistakes. Goodness. Nice fade screen down there. There's that high-low. Great footwork now. McHale-like almost.
Oh, that did feel like McHale. Jackson Kohler on the fade.
And they missed him the whole end of the first half with those 2 fouls. No rhythm in the box.
And the first 2 of the day for Kohler, the junior from American Fork, Utah. 39-37, Badgers. Winter, one-on-one. Draws the foul on Kohler.
Third reaches down. All he had to go was straight up. They need him on the offensive end. Great defense by Wisconsin. Hasn't permitted much of this activity. A little Dirk-like. Did you have that in the arsenal?
No, I did not have that.
You weren't permitted to do that at Duke, I don't think.
I feel like Raph knows the answer before he asks the question.
He thinks he knows the answer.
Listen.
Another free throw here for Nolan Winter. Raph, you alluded to it. The upside, we've seen it this season in a sophomore year. 10 points, 6 rebounds per game. He shoots it well from the perimeter.
Runs the floor, Bird, gracefully.
And Raph Kohler, that 3rd foul, he's keeping him in the game. Izzo, although it looks like Carr coming to the scorer's table.
So you got Richardson with 3, Kohler with 3. He's in there with Cooper. Aikens for Holloman, 10 to shoot.
Aikens didn't run that screen well, that curl.
Aikens,
nice play here.
He faked out Klesmit initially. Aikens, he bounced it off his foot. Fears is there. Contested jumper is no good. The rebound swallowed up by Kohler and a foul inside.
And Raph Kohler just bailed him out on that offensive possession. That pack line-like defense is so good. They keep you on the perimeter. Not a great offensive possession, but Kohler there to extend the play.
CBS Sunday. Don't miss Justin Hartley in the #1 show on television. All new Tracker. CBS Sunday after 60 minutes and streaming on Paramount Plus.
You're talking about the Bennett influence.
Yes.
That pack line.
3rd foul on Winter, so Gilmore is back in. Get it inside. Cooper keeps it high.
Smart. Nice find, too.
Carson Cooper, junior from Jackson, Michigan, has cut the Wisconsin lead to 2.
We got the 2 bookends and 3 guys who can dribble drive. This is one of them.
Klesmit. Banker doesn't go.
There's a lot of contact on that drive.
And contact from behind on Klesmit. That's going to be number 3 on Max Klesmit from Wisconsin.
Has to be frustrated. Had a hard drive to the basket as he goes out of the game and picks up a little ticky-tack fouls. Fears does a smart job of getting into his path, his running path there. Acting job, Seller.
Klesmit telling the official, I didn't even touch him. Fears definitely sold it a bit, and Klesmit is now on the bench.
Pass.
Give and go. Cooper. He counters and scores.
Pretty good hands by the big fella. Great concentration.
We are tied at 41. Is it Tanjay time? Off the mark.
Lucked out there, going under that screen again. Wide open for Tanjay.
Holloman with purpose.
Both of us, right?
Holloman! That was something! Trey Holloman! Dazzling move.
Something about this team. They can look out of sorts and then turn it up a notch.
A 10-2 run.
Under again, they got away with it.
In and out for Tanjay. Fears looking for more. Top! A flying car!
And You see the value of Fears making plays, his energy, his speed with the ball.
Wow. Cohen Carr is one of the major highlight makers in the country, and he just climbed the imaginary ladder to give Michigan State a 4-point lead.
Greg trusting his guys now.
Tanjay.
Tough shot.
A step away. It goes. That's a pro move.
That's why you don't call timeout. You got a kid like that on the floor.
Well, like he didn't settle either. He got downhill, got the defense to shift after missing those 2 threes.
16 points for Tanjay, leads all scores. Working around the perimeter for Holloman. High screen, Cooper.
Got to be off a drive.
Timer is down to 7. Carr spin. Tough angle, handled by Gilmore.
This is one of those lineups again. Where do you go if you're State?
Jadnicki is in after Klesmid picked up his 3rd. The ball finds Tanjay, and he draws the foul.
He draws a lot of people, Bird.
Cohen Carr can get upstairs. Length, quickness, and major hops. Welcome back. CBS Sports presentation of NCAA Conference Championship Weekend presented by Allstate. Michigan State 45, Wisconsin 43, 14:39 to go in the second half here in Indianapolis. As that timeout was called, take a look at Trey Holloman. He continues to talk.
Talking to the Wisconsin bench.
And Holloman gets teed up. He might have been talking to the official, to the Wisconsin bench. It's tough to decipher who he was angry with at that point.
And you appreciate his competitive fire and his spirit, but as a co-captain in a game like this where it's so hard to manufacture points, gotta be smart in that situation. And certainly Izzo keeping him in the game.
I disagree with you, Wofford. I don't appreciate that. Him getting the 2. I mean, he lets his team down.
No, I agree. I mean, I think he has. You like his competitive fire, but you got to keep it under control.
Right. I think he just got the word that he was teed up. He had no idea during that timeout. He just walked away from the huddle and just says, "That I got a tee," and the official just explained it to him. Send it over to Tracy.
Well, I was in that huddle, and Tom Izzo was going off on Trey Holloman, extremely frustrated with this silliness. He said, "You've done this over and over again. When are you going to learn? You're letting your team down." He could not let it up. His assistant coaches had to step in because they needed to focus on what they needed to get out of that huddle, but certain frustration for Michigan State and Tom Izzo.
Tanjay put it on the board. It's a 3. And Wisconsin using this as an impetus in the second half. 48-45, Badgers.
Carr plays that dunker spot on a dribble drive.
Fears defended by Amos. Akins with 8 to shoot. 1-on-1.
All guards on the floor, Bird.
Too strong. He overcooked it. Get it ahead for Kamari McGee, the senior from Racine, Wisconsin. Tanjay, the discard, and there's a foul.
Amos, I think.
Amos set a screen trying to create some space.
Left a little too early.
Nice little set out of the timeout right there. Great screen by Amos, getting Tanjay open and knocking down a big-time 3-pointer there. Guard out of that timeout. You talked about using that as momentum there, getting the ball into your stars' hands.
Jace Richardson back on the floor playing with those 3 fouls.
You knew it was a matter of time. Richardson getting back into the game. The offense sputtering a bit at times here for State.
Fiddler, swing it. Holloman.
Great defense, and look at him jumping the cap. Jadnicki.
And a foul called as Jadnicki was trying to track it down. He got tied up with Holloman on the loose ball.
A pretty good effort getting back to their defense. They have been solid.
And they keep you on the perimeter.
Look at the switch there. Containment by Gilmore. Jadnicki unable to come run it down. Little floppy set here. Everything on the perimeter.
Akins. No good.
A little bit of a settle.
They miss Kohler right now. Just a little bit of a post presence. Well, they're not knocking down those perimeter shots.
Tonje drive and kick.
Look at
Gilmore
this strength.
with a purpose. Gilmore slams it down.
Undeterred in the middle, Bird.
Aikens early offense too high. It's off the hands of Carr.
They are playing rattled right now, Michigan State. Part of it is this guy, the ability to collapse D, find somebody, nobody home in the middle. Gilmore.
Well, that's
the pack.
With a small ball lineup right now, defensively, just confused out there. No rim protection as Cooper checks back into the game for Michigan State.
It is a 9-0 Badgers run. They can add to it here.
Look at this kid take on people.
Oh, long strides. Pretty deuce from Tonje.
And McGee almost comes up with a steal. They are on top of their game. Michigan State wallowing right now. Self-doubt. Nobody able to convert shots. Nobody's stepping up. But this guy, Grant, he's got some game.
He's special. I thought he lost his balance right there. Great concentration and finish. Everything Wisconsin.
A lot of smiles for the Badgers fans here in Indy. Coming up next, Michigan against Maryland, second Big Ten semifinal, followed by another school punching their ticket to the Big Dance Mountain West Championship. Boise State takes on Colorado State. And don't forget, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, CBS, the first to reveal this year's bracket on the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Selection Show. The road to the Final Four is on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Jerry Palm, busy time of year, projecting the seeds in the Big Ten. 8 teams in, according to Jerry Palm. And Indiana, the last 4 in. So it's going to be an important 27 hours or so for Indiana to see how things shake out in some of the conference championships.
I'd like to see Mike get a shot at it, even though he's retiring. Woodson.
It'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be.
Michigan State started 3 of 3 from three-point territory. They have since gone 1 of 8. 9-0 run since the Holloman technical.
Tonje took guys out there.
Swing it. Richardson, one dribble. His jumper is short and rebounded by McGee.
They've been short on a lot of things.
Trying to extend this lead, currently 7 for the Badgers.
5 out, tough to contain the bounce.
Tonje takes the baseline, no look. McGee one-on-one with the freshman. Swing it. Amos ready. Off the heel, grabbed by Richardson.
No easy baskets for Michigan State.
And Michigan State's guards can't get downhill to the paint right now. This defense keeping them on the perimeter.
Automatic switching too, part of it. They're athletic and mobile too.
High screen Cooper. Richardson still dealing with Amos. 9 to shoot. Fears drives in. He finds an alley. For 2.
Yeah, great patience there. The screen of Cooper. Fears using that to get that easy too.
8 points now for Jeremy Fears Jr. 52-47.
This is the tough matchup. So physically imposing Tonje.
McGee makes his move. It goes down.
Wow.
And Cooper was there to greet him.
A lot of contact.
Ball was out of bounds. John Tonje. He has controlled the action for Wisconsin. Michigan State on the ropes. You're watching Conference Championship Weekend, presented by Allstate. CBS Sports coverage of the Big Ten tournament is sponsored by Hilton Garden Inn. Hilton for the stay. Nissan. And by Fresh Pet. It's not dog food, it's food food. 2015, Wisconsin, last Big Ten tournament championship, came back. Bo Ryan and the Badgers beat Tom Izzo's Spartans 80-69 in overtime, and this stood out of all the different content from that game. Gene Steratore going toe-to-toe with Coach Ryan.
They're talking about hoagies and hot dogs. Pittsburgh against Philly.
Yeah, Gene,
Chester.
What's your memory of this moment specifically, Gene?
You know, I think he was. It was a nice moment. I remember rotating to the opposite side of the court a lot that day to stay away from both of the benches. But a great time to be in the Big Ten too, fellas.
Tachi gets a good look.
And 3-2-1. Bo Ryan just texted Bill Rafter.
He was saying, "Do you like the Eagles or the Steelers?"
52-47. Wisconsin in front. The miss by Tanjay. We're going to count it down to the 11-minute mark of this second half. Big Ten tournament semifinals.
Aiken's not on the floor. When he comes in, they got to get him going.
Pull up pop. Holloman. Off. Good box out there by Crowell.
Sure was. Broad shoulders.
Michigan State offense has been in some quicksand throughout the day. Richardson scored all 10 of his points in the first 10 minutes. Tanjay got a good look, and he buries it from the outside.
And that was great defense right there, but Tanjay, little separation.
Discard. Pretty. With power. Little hook game.
Cooper. Spin. Left hand.
Coming up empty. One and done.
Rebounded by Tanjay.
And Michigan State, they also fourth in the nation in fast break points. Only 5 fast break points here tonight.
Blackwell, he missed it off the window. And it's rebounded by Holloman. Tanjay has scored 25. The rest of the Badgers have scored 29. Richardson on target with a 3.
They have not been able to get any early looks, to your point, Grant.
And that was a big shot. They needed that to fall from Richardson.
13 points to lead the Spartans. Tanjay discard on Fears. Tanjay will take advantage. The finger roll doesn't go.
They got numbers here, 5 on 4. Good hustle back, Tanjay.
Cooper out high. 9:40 to play in regulation.
Tanjay a little winded right now. I would take him off the bounce.
Carr and a handoff. Holloman. Back in. Holloman. Clear. Fears drives. And the floater is good.
In a sense, he doesn't want to take that jumper, but it turns out better. A little attack of the rib.
And Fears has got 10 points. Michigan State crowd coming alive here in Indianapolis.
Tanjay taking this trip off.
Crowd, plenty of time on the shot clock. Didn't get it to Tanjay. Instead, it's Blackwell. Pull-up jump. Off.
Richardson with a good job on Tanjay, even though he's winded. Got to get it to him. Got to take advantage.
8:48 to play. Second half. Crossover Fears. Kick it. Carr.
No.
They didn't need that.
No. Attack, attack, attack.
Attack or dribble handoff with Richardson in that situation.
He's taking up the claws, playing Tanjay.
The drive off the window. It doesn't go for Gilmore, and it's cleared by Cooper.
Give it up.
Fears to Richardson. He'll circle. He's got the big.
Smart play, though.
Well, give it back to him. He's got a mismatch.
Holloman, the dribble drive,
Nice
and it's
drive.
partially blocked there by Gilmore.
Heads up play.
54-52 Wisconsin.
Let's see Crowd get inside, maybe post up.
Well, they're keeping it mellow. He does post up, but
Tanjay, big time.
Who said fatigue?
Fatigue? That was you.
Doesn't matter once he gets the ball.
57-52 Wisconsin. He has scored 28 of their points. 7:40 to go.
Jamming it up, Gilmore. There's
Fears
the lob.
and the slam. Big finish by Carr.
It's so smart. Screen. They're not guarding you. Screen. A little doubt in the mind. Dive to the rim. What a find.
That's more his game. Cohen Carr going to the basket with that 45-inch vertical. 57-54 Badgers. Gilmore find the open man. Blackwell ready position. Got him.
How about that? Then bring it down.
Well, right there, too. They double-team Tanjay on that screen and roll. Swing, swing to the open man. Blackwell with a big-time 3.
The answer is there. Richardson, silky smooth from the perimeter.
And took advantage of Tanjay's fatigue. You always rest on defense.
60-57 Wisconsin. Badgers trying to apply more pressure. Step back, contact. Jumper didn't go, but the foul was called as Gilmore was pushed to the floor.
And here we in the Big Ten, some big-time players. Tonje step back three. And Wisconsin rolling, and a beautiful alley-oop play to Carr. We got a three-point game.
The fade, bingo for Holloman.
What confidence this kid exhibits.
Tonje, the dribble drive, the fade, he's got it.
And Rav, I like the attack mode.
Tonje nails it for three.
He's got some game.
Back in Indianapolis, our Jersey Mike Subs game summary. Both teams shooting it at 42% from the field. Michigan State getting production from the bench, but Wisconsin has got the three-point lead. This has been a fun one here. Big Ten tournament semifinals. Ian Eagle, Grant Hill, Bill Raftery, Tracy Wolfson coming down to the wire. We know that Michigan State has very high hopes for the NCAA tournament. They knew what they were in for against this Wisconsin squad.
And Wisconsin not shooting a lot of threes. They're really kind of beating you in the paint, getting to the free throw line. They've had a stellar game plan they've executed. But Michigan State finding their rhythm here, Raph, the last 4 or 5 minutes on the offensive end.
They've been playing better, but great guard, great coaching. Get it to Tonje. Get out of the way. Counter that. Richardson has been playing well. Klesmith back on the floor.
Tonje's out of the game now, getting a quick breather.
Yeah, I think he was very tired, except when he got the touch.
Winter returns. Janicki jacks up a three, and it's off. Didn't hit the rim. Out of bounds.
And of course, Kohler back in the game as well for Michigan State. So dominant on the offensive glass and a little bit of a post presence.
He gives him a different look. Empty side ball screen and roll.
Richardson is hit down low by McGee.
He's looking for the little foot extension.
Yeah, it looked like Richardson pulled the old Reggie Miller play right there, extending his leg.
In this town, not in this building.
Oh, he did it a lot in this building, yeah. Contest there, and he kind of extended out that left leg. He gets called for a foul. It's a three-point play opportunity.
So Richardson will have a chance to tie it. First free throws of the second half for Michigan State.
Stop the clock, get some points, get your balance, get your D.
Tom Izzo has raved about Jace's basketball IQ, just knowing the right play to make, where to be. Brackets are back. Play CBS Sports bracket games for a chance to win a new SUV and a trip to the 2026 Final Four. Get the CBS Sports app right now to play.
I would say this is their best offensive group right now on the floor.
I agree.
State.
Yeah. You have Fears who can get downhill, create plays, and of course Akins and Richardson on the perimeter for Michigan State.
Fedler can make a deep one, but a pretty good middle game as well.
I think Blackwell has to get going here with this lineup for Wisconsin. Has success getting into the paint, making plays.
We are knotted up at 60 apiece. Handed off. Blackwell. Drives in, spins it home, and a foul.
Just didn't get there. Akins tried to sell it. A good call by you, Grant. The explosiveness. In a sense, he's the backup point guard. Klesmith is out of the game. We know he can make threes. Never got the angle. How about that? A little kiss. Unrequited love.
It is Akins picking up the personal. Blackwell going to the free throw line. Second personal on Akins. Trying to crack double figures here. Blackwell, 81% shooter at 63-60. Wisconsin. Tonje continues to watch from the sideline. Under 6 minutes to go.
Same play. Give it to him.
Fears.
Kohler can make a three, too. It's not what they're looking for right now. To his left hand.
Akins in and out, but a foul.
Well, I love the way they take advantage of that dominant hand.
They find a way to get their guys the ball with their dominant hands, and Akins down the lane almost made this jumping around the rim there, but I like how he didn't settle. Attacked and got to the free throw line.
There's the bad thing, the clock stocks, and Tonje's coming in.
It is the fourth foul on Winter, so we're going to see Tonje return. Carter Gilmore will check back in.
I'll tell you, Wisconsin's held serve here while Tonje's been on the bench.
Wow. Akins is an 80% free throw shooter. They have not had any answers for John Tonje. 28 points.
I mean, do you double team him? Do you trap him in that screen and roll action? The problem is you have so many shooters out there, you almost have to pick your poison and how to defend him.
And don't forget, it's an open middle generally, too, so there's slip cuts and things like that. I mean, I think it's just self-containment. You must stay in front of him.
1 out of 2 for Akins, and now Carr will come in to replace him at the 5:36 mark.
And the other point, he's physically imposing. I mean, it's a very tough match for any of the guards.
Well, right now, Fears is guarding him. Fears is only 6'2", giving up some size there.
At about 50 pounds.
Crowell back in, creating space with the left hand.
Oh, they slipped him in there. Had not gone to the post up at all.
Almost all game.
Yeah.
65-61, Wisconsin. Richardson moving without the ball. Got a little contact. Richardson using the screen.
Nice cut.
The vision. And the foul is called as Fears received the pass. That was slick from Richardson.
Right on top. Gorgeous. Just a little window, too. But look at the head and shoulder. Not quite Akeem, but adroit as well.
But I like what you said. I mean, they hadn't really posted him all game. The great guard right now decides to go to him. No double team. Makes it look easy.
Sitting alongside Bo Ryan all those years. He knows what's going on. Hall of Famer.
Bo Ryan, yeah.
Greg Gard, what a season he has put together for the Wisconsin Badgers. He's a 2-time Big Ten Coach of the Year in his own right. Another free throw here for Fears. Both teams are 15 of 18 at the free throw line. This is a 2-point game.
And Ralph, Jace Richardson out of the game. Maybe use this next minute. Going to that under 4-minute timeout to bring him back.
I like him back on the floor with Holloman as well as Akins the next time.
Swing it.
This is where they're dangerous. 5 out.
Gilmore. Got it. A 3.
How about that?
Wow.
How impressive. Ball movement, they get it side to side. The big knocking it down.
5th-year senior is having the time of his life. Become a very important role player for the Badgers. He's got 10 points.
It's high percentage, 34 for him.
Double shake and bake. Akins contact, hangs and hits, plus the foul.
And Raph, the offensive shot making from both teams here in this second half have been incredible. Great little shimmy move, absorbs the contact on the weak side help. Big time 3-point play opportunity after that 3 on the other end from Gilmore.
Their foot speed too. Klesman just couldn't get in front of him.
Yeah.
Terrific body control from Jaden Akins. Chance to make this a 3-point play and cut it to 2. Klesman picked up his 4th foul. Free throw is off. Offensive rebound, Cooper. Now it's Kohler, 1-on-1. Using the body on Gilmore, slips in. The baby hook goes.
Take advantage of the big fella.
1-point game, 4:12 to play.
The big fundamental in college.
68-67 Badgers. Tonje going to work against Akins.
Got to gap him a little bit more.
Klesman for Gilmore.
Nice pop.
Ball fake. Spin. Hooks it inside. Crowell can't get it to drop.
Nice kick out.
Blackwell. And the rebound to Michigan State.
Wow. Effort by Kohler. They got numbers here. Now good recovery.
Down to 3:36 to play.
I think you go back to Kohler.
Right up.
Got the smaller Gilmore on him. Post him up.
Like that little side.
Richardson.
Tough shot.
Too strong.
I want to hold off by Kohler.
And Crowell and Gilmore were bunched up in the area trying to rebound for Wisconsin.
Kohler screened him off. Smart play, Bert.
1-point game. Big Ten Tournament semifinals. New CBS Wednesday. Survivor is calling you to a brand new season. Join host Jeff Probst for Survivor. New episode CBS Wednesday at 8, 7 Central, and streaming on Paramount Plus. 1-point lead for Wisconsin, 3:24 to play in regulation. Time for us to take a look at our AT&T fast analysis.
And guys, Wisconsin's offense was struggling a little bit. Great little baseline out of bounds play by great guard. Get the ball to Tanjay, knocks down a big-time three. And because Rathie's been driving so much, Michigan State, they bite on the drive, little step-back three. Not an easy shot to take. He makes it look too easy.
Impossible match with the physiques of Michigan State.
A bunch of small guards on the perimeter. Tanjay strong, has better size in terms of height, and he can get that shot off anytime, and certainly the physicality to get to the rim, get to the free throw line. A tough matchup for the Spartans.
So the foul was called on Carter Gilmore, and it sends Jackson Kohler to the free throw line. First trip of the day. Up in the air, leaks out.
Nice hustle.
And it's Richardson who secures it. Michigan State down by 1. We approach 3 minutes to go.
Two bigs on the floor, a lot of screening, open up opportunities like this.
Richardson off the rim. Rebound taken by Blackwell.
Can't beat that opportunity.
They got what they wanted.
Crowell on a handoff for Tanjay.
It's the size. They got the foul on the reach in. Aiken. I mean, the size, shoulder-wise, the physique, his elevation. They just don't have a match for him on the outside.
He was not heavily recruited coming out of high school. North Omaha, Nebraska, ends up at Colorado State. Eventually at Missouri, gets injured, so takes a redshirt year, and then Wisconsin just hit the jackpot. Let's check in with Tracy.
Well, I was listening into that last huddle with Tom Izzo. It was all about defense. Tanjay. Defense is going to be crucial. He said 5 guys need to rebound. And then he said, this is when we go. We wear them down. This is how we win. He wanted to see that from his team down the stretch here.
And that has been exhibited throughout the season. This team wins close games. They're riding an 8-game winning streak right now and trail 70-67. Tanjay now has 30 points. Holloman penetrates. Can't finish. Rebounded by Blackwell with 2:35 on the clock.
2 good looks in the lane. Cooper with a nice screen to set that one up.
And Izzo in that last timeout, I think right now he may shoot the ball Tanjay every time offensively for Wisconsin.
McGee comes to the ball, 10 to shoot. Gilmore, swing it. Blackwell, the fake, rotation defensively. The ball is out of bounds. Last touch by Blackwell.
And not good execution. Tanjay went the other way and so reversed the basketball to get him involved.
Well, good job right there, Kohler, with those fouls, sliding his feet, getting his hands up, using that lower body there to make some contact.
Made himself into a player, this kid. They rave about his work habits.
Fairs was looking for Richardson. We're going to hit the 2-minute mark of this second half. Fears.
Ooh, almost a turnover.
Richardson catches it, screen from Cooper. Richardson loses his footing. Shot clock down to 7.
Fears is a go guy.
Fears down to 3, down to 2. Akins off the rim. Nice. Rebounded by Crowell.
In traffic too. Held Cooper off.
Great lockout by Tanjay.
That would have tied the game. Instead, Wisconsin with possession, up by 3, 1:27 to go.
A lot of winded guys now taking the air out of it. You need some help on the drive here, particularly Tanjay.
6 on the timer. Blackwell, high screen, Crowell. Blackwell, the blast to the rim. He gets it to go.
Going to his left.
Wisconsin extends the lead. Just over a minute to play. Kohler, they need it. Yes, sir!
At this kid.
You called it, Ralph.
He can make him. Not afraid of the moment either. Stepping up big time, 31%.
3 ball cuts it to 2 with 1:01 to play in regulation. Timeout. Now it's time for the Capital One rewarding performance.
Michigan State, they haven't had a lot of fast break points, but right here, the lob, great pass to Carr on that alley-oop play, and then in transition, finding Richardson, for that three. 11 fast break points today for Michigan State. They normally average 16.6 a game. Certainly give credit to Wisconsin, who has sort of deflated the game a bit and taken the fast break out of the game for the Spartans.
And the pressure now is on the defense of Michigan State. Had he contained Blackwell, and we know Tanjay. Those are the two guys you can gear on. The one thing about McGee is he can turn the corner. If you sneak a peek, he is a very unselfish kid.
Well, one of the challenges, too, you can't double team Blackwell and Tanjay because the shooters out here, you give up a three right here. So you got to strap it up and play good man-to-man defense, one-on-one defense if you're the Spartans.
Wisconsin was picked to finish 12th in the Big Ten preseason poll. They are 45 seconds away from potentially advancing to the Big Ten tournament championship game. Blackwell.
I'm not a fan of this delay game at this point.
Shot clock at 5. Tanjay, the jumper. No good. Rebound knocked around.
Foul.
And a foul is called against Michigan State.
Well, I think it just was a play on. That was not a good set by Wisconsin. I know you want to use the clock, but you got to stay in some sort of a rhythm. They are very lucky this foul was called.
Blackwell right there. It looked like Fears was trying to block him out.
I think it was just a play on.
Or, excuse me, Akins.
They called it on Akins, so it's going to send Blackwell to the free throw line where he is 3 of 5.
81% free throw shooter.
3-point game. 31.4 on the clock. Wisconsin made a surprising run to the Big Ten tournament championship game last year, fell to Illinois. They are trying to do it again.
Well, this is a 2-point possession for Michigan State now. Score clear there. Wisconsin with the timeout. Organize the D.
Wisconsin up by 4. Michigan State with the ball when we come back to Indy. Game reset. Wisconsin 74, Michigan State 70. Spartans have 1 timeout remaining. Badgers have 2. 9 team fouls on each side. Possession arrow favors Michigan State.
I think it's a 2-point situation here. Maybe you get a kick out if they stop you on the drive. Kohler on the floor. Yes.
Maybe let Fears just go downhill, try to make something happen, or a dribble handoff with Richardson and let him turn the corner.
Coming through that left. And they got him on this right-hand corner. Here it is.
Fears trying to bounce it.
They got
Richardson was held.
McGee.
So that means 2 free throws, double bonus, 22.6 to play.
And it stops the clock.
It stops the clock. I like having McGee on Richardson. He's small, he's got good feet. But as he was turning, he got bumped there.
But Tanjay almost came up with that, too.
Almost had to steal on that pass.
Second foul on Kamari McGee. Richardson to the stripe where he shoots it at 83%.
Now, if you're Izzo, do you sub your bigs out right now? Do you try to go small to pick up full court, maybe get a steal?
He's got Carr and Hollow. You're right. It's set up, pressure. Depending what he does with these two.
Now, Michigan State has missed some free throws here and been able to get the offensive rebound. So if you're Wisconsin, you have to block out here and not assume anything.
Deep breath for Richardson. He is 6 of 6 on the day. So now Winter will check in, replacing Gilmore for Wisconsin. Kohler sits, as does Akins for Michigan State.
And they're more of a man-to-man full if they do it. Generally, they're a half-court team, so this is going to be interesting. Now they trap it, they front big on the ball, left one big on the floor.
Well, it's tough, too, because Wisconsin's a great passing team.
Richardson makes them both. 2-point game. Klesmit in. McGee sits. 22.6 on the clock.
I'd give it a second trap.
You don't have to foul right away.
Right.
Try to get a trap in the backcourt.
Yeah, look at everybody face guarding. I like it.
Klesmit sends it to Winter, gets it back, and a foul is called. It was Winter who was pushed by Carr.
Winter, of course, not been on the floor very much during the course of this game with all his foul issues. Shoots it at 79%. He's got a good-looking stroke.
2 free throws here for Winter. 10th team foul. He's 2 of 2 at the line. You're talking about all-time numbers here for Wisconsin collectively, 82.8%. Villanova set the all-time mark in 2021. Rimming in.
Almost the announcer jinx again.
Fuller back on now to screen, maybe that side ball screen with him.
And McGee will check back in.
A little speed and pressure. Want to contain if you extend the floor a little bit. Don't let him turn the corner.
Still a one-possession game, 21.7, but a second free throw here for Nolan Winter, the sophomore. Short, rebounded by Cooper.
Got to go at the rim right away.
15 seconds left. Fears is fouled.
How about that? 4 seconds down the floor. Chance to step up and knock a couple down, 75% from the free throw line.
And I like what you said. You didn't need a three in that situation. Fears one of the best and the fastest with the ball up and down the court. Just put his head down, drawing that foul. Back to the line, stop the clock. You make the necessary substitutions.
Knocks down the first. 2-point game. 14.9 to play. He is 3 of 3 today. They continue to rotate with Carr back in for defensive purposes.
They tried to go to a big on the inbounds pass. I would face guard Winter. If he's the guy that stays, Crowell will probably go to the other end.
Makes them both 75-74 Wisconsin. Klesmit returns, and now Winter to the bench.
Face guard put Carr on the ball.
Any screen, switch it. Any screen, switch it.
Klesmit looking.
Timeout, they call it. They had 2. And 1 left. Good defense by Fears.
Timeout called by the Badgers. We've got a 1-point game in the Big Ten semifinals. Each team has a timeout remaining. Wisconsin with possession. Possession arrow to Michigan State if there's a tie-up. 14.9 to play.
That is key, Bird.
And right now, it's early. You got to be strong with the ball and strong with your passes.
And you got to run through the pass, too. Everybody
football setup. I like this. Big Ten.
Survivor here will play the winner of Maryland and Michigan coming up. We've seen a bit more of this around college basketball. They get it into Tanjay, and it's a setup that has been very effective because you've got to pick your poison defensively.
You look like the run and shoot right there.
Are we in Houston? Where are we?
Was it Brad Underwood? Maybe one of the first couple of years ago we were doing during COVID, I think. They ran the football lineup.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tanjay looked like he's played football at some point in his life.
Agreed. He is 10 of 10 at the free throw line. John Tanjay has scored 30.
It's over 5 free throws a game, this kid.
He can set a new Wisconsin record with a make, but more importantly, trying to add to the lead. That does.
9 for 9, unbelievable.
He has put the Badgers up by 2. 14.3 on the clock.
Tom's got 1 timeout to play with.
This is for a 3-point lead. He's got it.
They're going to call a timeout now. Set it up for a 3-point shot.
32 points for John Tanjay. We'll come back for the finish in Indy. Inside that Michigan State huddle, no timeouts remaining, trailing by 3 to the number 5 seed in the Big Ten tournament, Wisconsin.
Fears is the guy. If I'm Wisconsin, I don't let him get the ball. Looks like they're backing off. Of course, his blow-by, that's a concern as well. But this is one of those deals. Push it as hard as you can. You might get a good-looking 3 if they collapse at the rim on you.
Richardson is 4 of 5 from long range today. By far their most effective 3-point shooter.
And don't forget Holloman inbounding. They might kick back to him.
Different coaches with different philosophies on how to handle this defensively when you're up by 3.
Certainly looks like some confusion now with the Michigan
Can you
State
sub?
bench.
Yeah. Substituting, yeah. The big thing, Bird, I would wait till 5 or 6 seconds if you're thinking of giving it.
So Holloman is allowed on the floor. That was the question at the scorer's table. 14.3 on the clock. Michigan State down by 3.
Well, you don't give
Watch the hammer play. Back screen for Richardson.
Fears. Kick. Holloman. It's blocked.
Gilmore.
Carter Gilmore gets it with 6 seconds to go.
How prepared was he? A great offensive call. Just a little pump fake. He was there. He committed. You may have got a sidestep.
But look, he helps on the drive and then gets out and closes out on that three-point attempt by Holloman.
And a foul called at the end of the play against Michigan State trying to grab the ball.
And guess who got it? Tanjay did everything else.
So it sends Tanjay to the free throw line. Short. Still a one-possession game. 6 seconds on the clock.
And no timeouts.
Second attempt for John Tanjay. First team all Big Ten. It rolls out. The door is open for Michigan State. 3 seconds. Fires. No call.
He got fouled.
It's over. Wisconsin has done it.
Wow.
They're going back to the Big Ten Tournament Championship game. The Badgers prove once again they're made for March, and they upset the top seed Michigan State. No call at the end of regulation. Tanjay gets a piece.
And looked like ball this second time I looked at it.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get the call. There's still 3 seconds on the clock, and looked like from that angle, pretty good hands by Tanjay. The nerve to reach in on a shot like that.
Stay away from him, just challenge.
So Fears never got a clean shot off because Tanjay got his hand in there.
The right call, I think, all ball.
But I think Fears was trying to anticipate getting a foul right there. You still had time. Tough way to lose.
Wisconsin 77, Michigan State 74. The Badgers will play for the Big Ten tournament title tomorrow here in Indianapolis. You get unbridled joy from John Tanjay, and for Michigan State, the opposite. The acceptance by Tom Izzo, the smile. Obviously, they've got bigger fish to fry, but this will be a bitter pill to swallow in the Big Ten semifinals. Wisconsin makes another run, just like they did a year ago in Minneapolis. We send it over to Tracy.
Well, John, you were in that handshake line, and you just said, oh, my God, the sigh of relief. Describe those final moments.
Man, it's a blessing. You know, obviously got to make those free throws at the end, but had to recover quick for my team. It's not about me, it's about the team. So I had to just make the next play, and I'm just so glad we got that stop.
Let's talk about you. 32 points, your 5th 30-point game this season. How much do you embrace being the guy out there in these moments, in these big games?
It's a blessing. I mean, this team believes in me, everyone top to bottom. So I just want to come out here and compete and show the younger guys that you know, we're here. Wisconsin basketball, got to be confident, got to fight hard and be a part of these big games. For you to have the opportunity to win a Big Ten tournament championship, what would that mean? It will be amazing. It will be amazing. That's what we came here to do. You know, we're gonna celebrate for a little bit and then turn around and be ready to recover for tomorrow. Go enjoy this one. Yeah, thank you.
John Tanjay, he did everything for the Wisconsin Badgers here this afternoon, and the 5 seed has advanced to the Big Ten Tournament Championship game. We'll have it for you tomorrow here on CBS. We still have Maryland and Michigan still to come. Fun one, entertaining, a little taste of what we're going to see throughout the month. Stay tuned for Michigan and Maryland. First, we're going to send it over to Adam Zucker and company in our studio, Capital One Tournament Central, right after these messages.
This is Capital One Tournament Central.
Holloman, it's blocked. Gilmore, Carter Gilmore gets it with 6 seconds to go. Outstate, 3 seconds. Fires, no call.
He got fouled.
It's over. Wisconsin has done it.
What a finish, as one half of the Big Ten Championship is set with Wisconsin defeating Michigan State 77-74. John Tanjay,
Didn't make a free throw, but he made a really clean swipe at what could have been a game-tying three-pointer. As we welcome you to Capital One Tournament Central. Adam Zucker alongside Wally Zerbiak, Jay Wright, and Seth Davis. Crazy finish, Coach.
Just what we talk about. This is why these tournaments are great. End-of-game situations. You practice this as a coach at the end of every practice. Free throws. How do you defend three-point shooters? Fouling three-point shooters. I think Tanjay was going there for a steal to try to foul him on the dribble, and he went into his shot quicker and caught him on it. Clean. Obviously, it was clean. But these are two great teams that executed down the stretch. You got to make your free throws down the stretch. Tanjay missed free throws. All these end-of-game situations are what big-time games come down to. Wisconsin got it done.
Two really good teams, a really well-played game. That was a risky play. When you're a basketball player, you got to rely on your instincts. So obviously, he had the instincts to reach in and try to get ball. He got all ball, outstanding call by the officials. What a performance by John Tanjay.
And how about Fears, as you said, the instinct as he went for it to go into his shot.
Yeah.
If he didn't catch that clean, that would have been a three-point shot.
No question.
There was a lot going on there at the end. Because first of all, I'm wondering, the proper strategy in that situation, the numbers will tell you, is to foul up three. Now, you run the risk of fouling somebody when he's going to shoot. That's 3 free throws. Hard to make 3 free throws, by the way. We talked earlier about Wisconsin. Yesterday, they make 19 threes. Can they win a game like this when they're not shooting it well from 3, 9 for 29? Found a way through defense. Not only Tanjay strip, Curtis Gilmore with the closeout on Trey Holloman. And I want to say one more name right now. Keith Kimball. He is the referee who was on the play with Tanjay. We're watching him thinking that's a foul. It was a clean strip. It was a great no call in a big-time situation. A lot of folks out on social media are going to have a lot to say about referees the next few weeks. Keith Kimball was right there in a big-time spot and made a big-time no call. Tanjay, again with the risk, right on the ball. But if the referee doesn't make the right decision, then this game does not end justly. So Keith Kimball, great job on that play.
Because you could almost anticipate that a player would be trying to foul up 3 in that moment.
100%.
And he is. And the coach is telling him, we're going to foul. Yeah. So they're anticipating it. And what Fears did was just anticipating the foul was coming and went into his shot as he saw it.
Yep.
And you're right. Keith Kimball was right on top of that because we all said
that was a foul.
That looked like an instinctive play by Tanjay where Fears showed him the ball. And he made the commitment and said to himself, I think I can get ball on this situation and not go for the foul. That's what I saw. Just an incredible ending to an incredible game. A lot of fun to watch.
That's exactly right. And by the way, the Spartans had been 25-0 when scoring at least 70 points. This is the first time they've lost, cracking that number. And now the Capital One rewarding performance, which today features the Badgers shooting their way to a second straight Big Ten championship game appearance. Wisconsin had 3 players in double digits, paced by the record-setting performance of John Tanjay, who finished with the game-high 32 points. Wisconsin now awaits the winner of Michigan and Maryland. Our second Big Ten semifinal coming up next. Both teams, Jay, coming off dominating victories last night.